does your 1.5 TDCi Transit Connect feel like it's holding back or juddering under load? When you're accelerating, does it feel like it's not quite going? And then potentially throw on a check engine light. What we're going to do, I'm going to quickly grab the diagnostic machine. We're going to have a look to see what the fault codes are, and I'm going to take you through how to diagnose it so you don't have to take it to the main dealers and cost you an absolute fortune. So first things first, we are going to be using this Thinkcar Thinktool 391, and we're just going to turn the ignition on and we're going to have a look to see what fault codes we've got. So we've just done a scan, and can you see on here we have got some issues in the PCM. And the first thing I can see on here, we have a mass or volume airflow correction bank 1 and a mass airflow sensor in range but higher than expected. So we have got a P1103 and a P006A. We've also got a soot accumulation because it does lots of short journeys, but let's concentrate on the job in hand. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is we are going to be smoke testing this to see if we have got a leak from the vacuum system or the air system or potentially intercooler. We have got a few things that they do tend to leak from. You can also test it in different positions. We can test it through the intake pipe, which is what I'm going to do today through here. I have seen other videos where people will put a smoke test through here, but either way will work to see what side of the engine we've got a potential leak, but there is some options on here for us to test. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to pull this pipe off here. We will be using a smoke tester. Doesn't matter which one you use. We're going to be using this one because it's the one we've had forever and a day. And all we're going to do, we're going to jam that in there. I think we can get a decent enough seal on that. We'll apply the power. We'll stick some air on it and we'll see what we've got. Right. As you can see on here, we have already got a leak indicated in the intake system. That should be down here to intimate that we have got a sealed system. We can see that we've got quite a big leak. So let's introduce some smoke and we will see where we are leaking from. So we're going to be looking for some smoke from either of the intake pipes, the intercooler, but I already suspect the main culprit of this is normally this pipe here that we see. I can't see any oily residue around the pipe and I can't feel any splits. So it will be interesting to see if it is this pipe or whether we have got a pipe further down that's potentially leaking. But I can see on the machine that we have got quite a high leak from somewhere. So let's see what we've got. Right, well, I can see smoke, everybody, but where is it coming from? It does look like this area here. Like I say, normally when we see this pipe split, we normally have a residue of oil or something, but I can clearly see, can you see that? That is absolutely pouring out of here. So let's get this pipe off. I'll show you how to do it and let's have an inspection of it. Right, so to remove this pipe, what we're going to need to do is a couple of pipes here that we just need to pull off here. There's two 7mm Jubilee clips and there is a 10mm down here that you need to undo, otherwise you're not going to be able to pull this away. So what we'll do, we'll quickly just undo this and we'll get this swapped over. So like I say, 10mm bolt just down here, which we will undo. That's it. So that's undone already. It is quite fiddly to get onto, so you just need to sort of mould yourself a little bit to be able to get on it. And then once you've got that undone a little bit, I haven't actually taken it all the way out because I'm going to see if there's enough once we undo these Jubilee clips to see if we can actually pull it off without taking this 10mm bolt out. Now these pipes are notorious for leaking, but like I say, normally they split quite substantially and then you get residue around it, which we didn't have any of that here, so we didn't know what we was actually going to find. So if you do have a P1103 or a P006A. Certainly worth doing a smoke test, because this is what we see time in, time out. You know, this pipe's not very good. They do an aftermarket pipe, which is about 25, 30 quid. Full ones are 3 times that. So we have gone with the full one just to be 100% sure, because I couldn't get the aftermarket one in time. Otherwise I would have gone with the aftermarket over the full one. Right, so we've had to remove that bolt completely, because even though it's that long, there's still not quite enough to be able to pull this pipe out. So we've removed the bolt completely, and then all we need to do is remove this off here. It is a bit fiddly, you know. It is a bit fiddly. Right, so that is the pipe removed. Oh, there we go. There we go, people. Can you see that? Can you see that split? So that was and is the cause. Now, this is a common issue. We see this quite a bit, but having that smoke machine really does eliminate a lot of issues and a lot of time going around the vehicle. But like I say, you can get an aftermarket part for this, but we can't wait. The vehicle needs to go back to the customer, so the customer has opted for a full part, which I will show you. And that is the full part there, if you can have a look. That is the part number for the full part. And to be honest, they know this is an issue because they all do it. Let's see if there's any differences in the pipe. Does that look any different to you, people? Doesn't particularly look any difference in the manufacturing. So, you know, this vehicle is, what is it, 8 years old? Should we get another 8 years out of this? I've noticed the clips are a lot thicker. They're a lot nicer. So let's get this fitted up, and let's see what we've got on the live data. That's it. So we're just going to push that on. I'm going to aim the clips this way, because I've got this tool which really does help, which is a 7mm like Jubilee. So we can just get it on there and aim it, which is so much easier. And then that will lock down quite nicely. And then don't forget to put your second clip on before you put the pipe in. Otherwise you'll be doing it all again. And then all we're going to do is just push that in all the way up to the stops, which you can see there's stops there. And then we'll do the same thing again with this, where we'll have it pointing the same way. And then we'll clip these pipes back on. And then don't forget to put this 10mm back in, but it is a fiddly one. You might struggle unless you've got a small pair of hands on hand. Right, and that is the 10mm bolt. Remember, it's plastic, so it doesn't need to be crazy tight. So just nip it up, and then that will hold the pipe. 2 Jubilee clips facing 7mm that way, these 2 pipes. Can you believe that though, people? Can you believe it? You see this time in, time out, and the amount of people, you think you'd go into a garage, you'd say, I've got a problem. I wonder how many people have had turbos diagnosed. Oh yeah, it's your turbo, it's your turbo. Oh, I wonder, it'd be interesting to see. So let's get these fault codes erased, go for a drive and see if we've got any left. Right, so that is the test drive complete. So let's go back into the PCM and see if we've got any fault codes. And there we have it. So no fault codes, another one fixed. So if you do have an issue where it feels like it's juddering, under load, you can almost sometimes hear a slight, like a whooshing sound, like the turbo. So if you can feel that and you can hear it, check that pipe. And guys, listen, if you haven't got a smoke machine, it's very easy just to take that pipe off, turn it over and check for splits. So as always, guys, if you enjoyed the video, please like, share and subscribe, and hopefully this saves you from going to the main dealer and potentially costing you thousands. See you on the next one, guys.